Most companies realize that they're in the era of behavior, that behavior is not just playing defense and controlling the story. It's about leaning into the world, understanding how the world works today, and turning its conditions to your advantage, realizing that every employee, every customer, every stakeholder is telling your story whether you like it or not. So if you can create a corporate character, if you can create an ecosystem of mutual, loyal, committed relationships, your story will be told because it was earned based on the real relational dynamics, based on real products that people value, services that delight them and don't just meet the minimum obligations. So in many ways, the idea that you can manage your reputation is giving way to the notion that you can only earn it. One behavior, one interaction, one customer experience that's rich at a time. We are in two-way conversations. So it's about how we engage, how we conduct a two-way conversation, and more importantly, it's the content of the conversation. It's about the human values, the mutuality, relationships where we share in values, share in missions, but it's no longer my way or the highway. So the idea that we can put the story out there as opposed to creating a company and a culture worthy of the story, one that we can put the story out there and think that there's no say-do gap, is really the table stakes and the competitive stakes of the 21st century. Companies understand that they're in an interdependent human world where we rise and fall together. That's a moral relationship where we depend on each other. They're proclaiming that they get that world. They're telling the world, we get it. Let's have a relationship in a zone that transcends our product and services and our pricing models. That they need to be great, but our competition can reverse engineer us overnight faster than ever before. Let's have a relationship in a human zone where we share values and can create a real loyalty towards each other, but it's a journey to get there from here to there. The companies that are on a journey that are really trying to lean into the 21st century, they're likely going to be flatter. They're likely going to avail themselves not just of rational mechanics, of carrots and sticks applied against clear policies and expectations and goals. They have their place, but they're really, frankly, going to become more human. They are really going to get very explicit about the purpose, of significance. We exist in the world to make a difference, to create human value in these ways. We're going to make that happen through this mission. We're going to need values to guide our way. Values are not enough. We have to do the hard work of translating these values into corporate practices and policies and leadership and individual behaviors. They're going to embrace the idea that it is still a world where you manage what you measure, but they're not just going to measure the how much, as in how much profit, how much revenue, how many page views and click-throughs and friends and followers. All that matters, but they're going to start to measure how they're doing business. How loyal are their relationships? How collaborative are their relationships? How much are they in a partnership with the supply chain as opposed to arm's length contracts? So we're going to also see the deploying of how metrics and not just the how much. When companies' humanity manifests in behavior that delights you in experience, that makes it rich and meaningful, then companies are well on their way. What matters, are we authentically and genuinely on a journey? If companies are on a journey, then people will cut them a lot of slack as long as every day they're trying to make progress.